Hi everyone! Today's letter is H for hat or crazy hair. I hope you are looking good right now. Today, we're going to be starting with our nonsense words. These are words that use sounds like sh, w, th, and ch. All right, let's get started. Chap, whap, thog, sham, lish, chid, shim, tith, mash, shag, thub, chan, niche, shog, tham, match, wit, shep. Great work. Okay, next we're going to get back to our sight word sentences. So read along with me and then listen to see if you got it right. We live by the tree. What could he have said? She could ask too. Your dog is very nice. We are here to play. Awesome job. Next, grab a pencil and paper or your marker or your board and get ready to write some sentences. Look at the wood. Look at the wood. Okay. Look has the sound made by the two O's, and so does wood. Our next sentence is, the moon will shine soon. The moon will shine soon. The moon will shine soon. Let's take a look. In this sentence, we see that moon and soon both have the oo sound made by two O's together. The other word I want you to take a look at is shine. Shine has a long I, helped by a magic silent E. Our next sentence is, the zoo is new. The zoo is new. The zoo is new. Let's take a look. In this sentence, we see that the zoo has the oo sound made by OO, and new has the oo sound made by EW. The next sentence is, the soup is old. The soup is old. The soup is old. So in this one, we have soup making that oo sound with O and U, and then old is one of our sight words. Last sentence of the week. The cord is short. The cord is short. The cord is short. All right. This sentence really focuses on the OR sound made by O and R together. we see the or sound in cord and short. All right, amazing job. This week, we've talked a lot about writing. We started by talking about characters, then we moved on to setting, then problems, and then solutions. Today, we're going to talk about tying it all together by adding details. Details are little pieces of information that help us understand something better or imagine it better. Think of it this way. If you were going to eat a sandwich, would you want a sandwich that was made of 2 pieces of bread, a piece of cheese, and maybe a piece of meat? Or would you want to know that that bread was someone's grandmother's recipe that had been passed down for hundreds of years and was made with very special flour that had to be ordered from another country? Then, the cheese on the sandwich was not just any kind of cheese, it was a special cheese from France. That cheese is very soft, and you need to spread it with a knife, so it's almost like cream cheese, but not quite. Then, think about the meat. What kind of meat is it? That's something I'd like to know. Is it meat that's smoked, that came from a package, or did you have to go to a special store to get meat that was made in a very fancy way? All of this adds to your imagination of the sandwich. Does it have mayonnaise on it? How about mustard? All of these little pieces of information are detailed, and they make hearing or learning about something more interesting. Let's think about characters. This is the first thing I want you to think about today, is how we can add detail to your characters for the story. So by now, you probably know a lot about your character. But as the reader, we want to know that too. So, think about this. How tall are they? Are they taller than their friends? Just about the same height? How are they when they're with their friends? Do they laugh and talk loudly? Are they shy before they get to know people? All of these things help us to think we know a character, which is what we really want when we're reading a story. Next, let's think about some setting details. I know we've talked about where a place is and what makes it special, but how is it on the day of your story? How is the weather? Is it sunny or rainy? Let's think back to Little Red Riding Hood. When Little Red Riding Hood is walking through the forest before she meets the wolf, if it's a rainy or cloudy day, that could be kind of spooky and will make the reader think that maybe something creepy or spooky is about to happen, which it does. If it was a sunny or beautiful day, maybe that wouldn't be the day you would expect to meet a wolf. Let's think about your problem. Why did the problem happen? In Natalie's story of Froggy and Foxy, Foxy doesn't know how to do their homework. Maybe they were confused in class the day before. Maybe they didn't get enough sleep the night before because they were up thinking of their new toy. Maybe that kind of homework is always confusing for Foxy. All of these little details help us get to know your character and why they're having this problem better. Also, how does this problem make them feel? Maybe not knowing how to do your homework makes you sad because you want to have it all ready for school. Maybe it makes you scared because you don't want your mom or dad to be unhappy that you didn't do your homework. Let's think about the Grinch. The Grinch's problem is that the Who's make so much noise on Christmas, and that makes the Grinch angry. It could make the Grinch sad or frustrated, and in some ways it does, but angry is really how the Grinch feels. Next, let's think about the solution. Is it easy for your character to come to that solution? For Foxy, all they had to do was ask Froggy for help. Easy. What about Clifford and the storm? Was it easy to take all those trees and pile up all that sand? No, I don't think so. When characters do things that are hard, we get to know them a little bit better. Think about something you tried really hard on. Didn't that make you feel good? Also, think about, did your character learn anything through the solution? Let's think back to yesterday's example of the kid who wanted to have a toy, but their parents wouldn't give them the money. If that kid built the toy or worked really hard to earn the money, I bet they learned very important things along the way. Let's look at some questions that you can answer that will help you with your story. I sent a copy of these out with this video, so if you have that, you can take a look. The first thing I want you to do is think about 3 little details about your character. It could be how they act with their friends, what kind of hairstyle they have, maybe what's their favorite food. All of these things can help us get to know characters a little bit better. The next thing I want you to think about is the setting of your story on the day that it happens. Are they at school? If so, is it a happy school? Do they like it there? How is the weather? Is it a spooky, windy day with lots of fog? Maybe it's kind of a sad, rainy day. Or it could be a happy, sunny day. All of those help the reader think about what's going on in your story and understand it better. Next, let's think about problems. The first question I want you to think about is, did your character expect the problem? Then, how does your character feel about the problem? If your character knew they were going to have to do chores after school, they might feel differently than if it was a surprise. If the problem is something that the character is excited about, like figuring out a puzzle or finding a treasure, they will definitely show that by laughing or smiling. But if it's a problem that they're really worried or sad about, maybe they'll cry. Last, let's think about the solution. First question I want you to ask is, how does your character come up with the solution? Do they think really hard and spend a lot of time maybe talking to their grandparents? Maybe someone tells it to them. Who knows? Next, is it easy or hard? Is the solution something that your character really has to work for? Or is it something that is second nature to them? Like Froggy helping Foxy with homework. Next, does your character learn something? Maybe they learn how to build something. Maybe they learn how to get along with a friend. Including these details in your story is a great way to make it seem alive and real to the reader. The last question is, how do your characters feel in the end? Are they happy? Excited? Maybe they feel like they did the right thing, but they're still a little sad. Whatever it is, I'm sure that everything you add will give you a great story. We'll see you next week.